On. Welcome back to the Hoodie and Headband podcast show. I'm your co-host Bryce Warner.
I'm your co-host Tariq. Now,
Tariq, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I can't see the score of this Heat game, so we're not gonna look.
Oh, the PS3 on rating again?
No. This man got blocked at the rim. They tried to lay it up, miss it. Then they tried to tip it back, miss it. 3-point blank layup. And the Heat been terrible. But the Seahawks lost. The Giants lost. So as of today, the Commanders is in the motherfucking playoffs. 6 spot.
Wild card, right?
Yes. So we need to beat. We ain't got no choice but to be a wild card because of Philly. We need to beat New York next week. Sunday Night Football. Get a dub. And that'll really help our chances because we got the same record right now. Whoever the Seahawks play next week, need them to come through. Shout out to the Carolina Panthers for cooking up on them Seahawks. Needed that. I literally was looking at them.
Panthers, they get a dub.
I was literally looking like, damn, they is not going to win this game. And they came out and scored on the first drive. Game? Sam Darnold.
Sam
been nice the last couple weeks. I ain't gonna hold you. I mean, let me rephrase. He's been average. He's been he's been above average. I'll say that.
Okay.
But he ain't been. I said he was like. Nice. I ain't say it like that. Yeah, I was wild. We'll get to UCONN later. Clemson ain't really do nothing. Keep getting them commits. Get some of these transfers. Other than that, chilling. How about you, bro?
I'm good, man. Can't complain, man. Just been, working on the things that I've been working on, man. And, I stay busy. But yeah, I'm doing good. Got to see the friends this past weekend. I ain't seen in a minute, man. Tariq mad. Tariq a little upset. Got a little FOMO.
Not at all.
Okay, I guess not.
I don't miss.
But no, it was good to see the homies again. I ain't seen in a minute. What else happened this weekend? I don't know. We're gonna get into what happened with the Nets this weekend. Not too much. Tariq always rolls his eyes or whatever. You be talking about the Heat, so I gotta talk about the Nets.
I say a 15-second piece about the Heat, and you give 2 segments of the Nets every week.
I just wanted to talk about how the Nets won on, what was that, Saturday?
Who cares?
Sunday? Anyways, I don't care.
It's not a Nets podcast, bro. Go in one of your...
It's not a Nets podcast. It's a basketball podcast. The Nets are a basketball team, right? The Brooklyn Nets are a basketball team, right? The Brooklyn Nets are a basketball team, right? But there's no Bulls fan on the podcast, is there? You had a whole rant about the Heat last week, bro. A whole rant. I let it fly. I let it fly.
That was an unplanned rant. You planned.
I just wanted to talk about how my team won with 8 people inactive. That's all.
Who cares?
And that's all I gotta say. They got it done with 8 people inactive. Cam Thomas is one of the ones.
See, you saying it right now. You ain't got to say nothing.
One of the ones. All right, so hey, that's all I gotta say. Ain't no more I gotta say. But anyways, back to how I'm doing. I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. Couple more weeks left in the year. Getting closer to that time.
What's that time?
Those who don't know, my birthday is coming up soon.
What day is it? I don't know.
January 1st.
Yeah.
And yes, that's my actual birthday. Believe it or not, my birthday is January 1st. I always find it to be unique. Anyways, let's enough about me. Let's get into it, bro. Where you want to start?
What you think about Zion at 350?
Oh, let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. Okay, so end of the first of the 2 Suns and Pelican games that happened this past week. Zion Williamson, at the end of the game, threw down a thunderous, monstrous, just downright crate. Like, bro went in his bag. Bro went back in his 2017 bag and reminded all of us who the hell he is, and that's Zion Williamson, bro. 2017 he was in high school.
I was like, He was not in the league in 2017.
But yo, listen, Zion reminded us of what made him famous in the first place. It was his dunking ability. It gave us a crazy
A lot
360 windmill. A 360 windmill at the end of the game. I mean, I understand. Hey, end of the game, you ain't supposed to do that. It reminds me of who did that a couple years ago from the Warriors, bro. Somebody did that on the Warriors. Was it
To the Warriors or on the Warriors team?
No, on the Warriors. It was when KD was still there. Cause that's the photo of KD on like. God, I just saw that clip on TikTok a couple weeks ago, like a couple days ago.
Player, right?
It might have been what's the Jordan something?
Oh, Jordan Bell.
Jordan Bell. It might have been him. I think.
Because my first thought was Jonathan Kuminga, but if it was that,
he threw it like off the glass and dunked it, and then they was all just like. But yeah, I mean, hey, unwritten rule NBA, this is basketball in general. You don't go up and dunk at the end of the game. End of the game, you dribble the ball out, regardless of what the score is. Or not regardless of what the score is, but if it's a blowout, if it's like a 5-10 point victory, 10-point margin, you just dribble the ball out. You have some class, some dignity. But Zion said, nah, catch this 360 windmill, alright? And go home. Go back to the hotel.
Get up out of here.
You know? Get up out of here, man. And then, bro, seeing his part in the post-game interview when they asked him about it is the icing on the cake, bro. Bro said, "Oh yeah, why'd you throw the dunk down?" He was like, "Bro, cause they said my teammates packing last year." I was like, "Oh, I love it." When I saw that, I said, "Okay, it don't matter." I love this energy from the young buck, man. Love this energy, man. Like we need. I always said the NBA is better when there's rivalries, whenever just like beef, tension, any of that. NBA is always better. And I just thought, listen, me personally, I didn't think it was the right thing to do. Obviously, everybody knows it wasn't the right thing to do. But it was pretty good, and I rewatched that clip like 20 times. Like, he ain't just dunked the ball. Like, he threw it down with some force. Like, boom. I was like, bro.
Yeah, I have no issue with it. I know it's like an unwritten rule, but I don't really be caring unless it's like something like egregious. That was a good moment. I mean, like I was listening to JJ Redick, a little bit of their podcast earlier. He was saying like, what are the one things that young kids are looking for when they go to a Pelicans game? And it's to see Zion dunk the basketball. Like, you gotta think about them kids that saw that 360 dunk. They go home and be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I saw that dunk last night. I can't believe I saw that." And they go to school the next day like, "Yo, I saw that Zion dunk in person."
Yo, you saw what Zion did?
Come on, bro. Like not everything is like, "Oh, I'm trying to disrespect you." Like sometimes it's just like, I'm just trying to put on a show. Like, I know everybody came to see me dunk the ball. I ain't really get an open break to really get one off. So let me go ahead and show him something real quick. And I loved his response. Like, it shows that he cares about his teammates. It shows that he cares about not being on the floor. It shows that he wants to be on. He's been playing at a very high level. He came back. I think it's the last 7 or 8 games he's been back. They're on a 7-game winning streak right now. They're playing really good basketball as a team without Brandon Ingram and Herb Jones for the last 5 games. So,
and then they went on to beat them the next night. Well, not the next night, but the next game.
Overtime game, which was a really good game. People were looking to see,
CP3 trying to start some
people
trouble.
were looking to see if there was going to be any like overlying beef, and it was really just good basketball. Like, honestly, it was really good basketball on both sides of the floor, even though there was no deep book and there was no Brandon Ingram and Herb Jones. But it was really good basketball from everybody on the floor. Campaign did his thing. Of course, Zion, CJ played really well. Dyson Daniels has really good defensive plays in that game. Shout out to him. He's been playing really good this year as a rookie off the bench, contributing on a contender. Well, maybe I shouldn't say contender yet. Also, of course, Trey Murphy is he's tough. Like coming into the year, I thought, I was like, all right, he's gonna have a really good year, like shooting the basketball. But he could take it to the rim and get a bucket too. So uh, Larry Nance Jr. He's no slouch, especially coming on the bench. He's a really good player. So they're playing really good basketball right now. So my question to you is, if you could pick one of these three teams, currently these are 1, 2, and 3 in the West. If you could pick one of these three teams that'll be in the conference finals between the Pelicans, the Grizzlies, and the Nuggets, who would you choose?
Pelicans, Grizzlies, Nuggets. All right, so I'm not a believer in the Nuggets. I'm just put that out there right now.
You still ain't
I'm
watching
not
the
a
Nuggets
believer in the
games, bro?
Nuggets. No, I watched the game last week. I watched the Nuggets and Dallas game. I watched part of
Okay.
that last week. Yeah. So but yeah, other than that, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think I mean, they can probably get to the conference finals. I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Much as I really, now you got me choosing SC versus
You know
SC.
what would be crazy though?
What
Conference
if
semifinals, Pelicans
Pelicans
versus the
and
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, SC versus
Yeah, we
SC?
need Ja versus Zion for the culture for sure.
We need that. We need that. We need them to meet in the playoffs, whether it's conference finals, semifinals,
First round,
first
it don't
round.
matter.
I don't think it'll be
It
first
definitely
round
won't be
because I
first
think they'll
round
both
this
be
year.
top. No, because I think they'll both be in the higher seeds of the
Yeah.
East, like 1 through
West.
4. They're definitely 1 through 4 in the East.
West.
But I'm thinking Grizzlies, bro. Maybe because I'm watching them right now, but I'm thinking Grizzlies, bro. I like Grizzlies. I liked them last year. They went far last year. And I think they could go far and get to the conference finals this year.
For me, I really like what the Pelicans are doing, but I need to see it over a longer stretch, fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
not saying that it's easier for them to play without Brandon Ingram, but roles are like Zion knows like, all right, I'm the best player on the court. CJ knows, all right, I'm gonna get mine when I can get mine, and make sure that everybody else gets involved. Valanciunas, he's just gonna eat up the rebounds, and get shots where he can. Trey Murphy gonna come off and he gonna do his thing off the bench. Jose Alvarado's gonna come out there and try to make everybody angry. Uh, and then when you put Brandon
Yep.
Ingram and Herb Jones in there, people get less minutes. Like Najee Marshall gets less minutes. Najee Marshall is playing really good basketball. So Brandon Ingram, he's getting 15 to 16 shots a night. How does that affect CJ and Zion? Which they played well together already this year. It's not saying that they don't play well together. I just want to see them as a complete unit continue to play this way defensively and offensively. Um, the Grizzlies, I think you can definitely I could definitely see them making the conference finals because obviously they could have done it last year. And seeing the way they play without Ja and with Ja, like they play well both ways. Like they don't play better with Ja or without Ja. They play like equally efficient,
They're just as good.
equally good, whether or not he's
Yeah.
on the floor. And I think if he's able to stay on the floor, they're able to get Desmond Bain back. Jaren Jackson Jr. is able to
Yeah.
stay healthy. Steven Adams is, doing his thing down low. Dylan Brooks be efficient, stay out of foul trouble. Same thing for Jaren Jackson Jr. If he can stay out of foul trouble and in the big games when it matters. I think I can definitely see them. I don't I don't know. It's hard for me to trust their bench because yes, they have talented players, but it's like we haven't really seen them do it for a sustained long period of time. And I guess you could say that about the Pelicans too, but guys like Scotty Aldama and uh, those kinds of players, like we haven't seen them do it for a long period of time. So I want to see them continue to do that. I'm still going with the Nuggets. Um,
Okay.
I like Jamal Murray's playing a lot better. MPJ is
Yeah.
still not back in the lineup yet. Aaron Gordon is playing really well this year. I know people don't like the name Aaron Gordon, but he's playing really well next to Jokic this year. His last 2 years have actually been really good. Um, Nikola Jokic, MVP caliber player, obviously top 5 talent. Um, Bruce Brown is playing really good basketball. KCP is playing good basketball off the bench. Bones Highland's playing good basketball. They've got
Yeah.
talent, and if they can get to the second round, I think they'll be able to. Then it comes down to who wants it more, who's got more talent, who can make more plays when it matters. And I think when you have a guy like Jokic or a shot maker like Jamal Murray, I think that'll help them in a game or in a series against a team like the Grizzlies, where yes, Ja can go get a bucket, but would you rather Jokic have the ball or would you rather have Ja have the ball? I would rather have Jokic have the ball. Would you rather have Jokic have the ball or would you rather have Zion with the ball? I would rather have Jokic with the ball because Jokic can do anything with the ball. He can pass it, he can score it from
Yeah.
all three levels. Right now, currently, Zion cannot shoot the three off the dribble effectively. He's not going to shoot it for a clutch shot. He had a mid range jumper the other night in regulation. He missed that. Not saying he'll always miss it, but he missed that. So people are going to live with that too. So he's going to have to get to the rim or get fouled. And Ja, yes, he can shoot the ball. He's been shooting the ball better, but I'm still giving him the shot. Not like I'm not going to like completely play off, but I'm giving him the shot enough to where he can't just drive by me and get a layup. And he's not going to stop and pull up on the mid range because that's just not really his game. So I would rather have Jokic with the ball, and that really matters come playoff time because so does coaching. Not saying that Willie Green and Taylor Griffin can't coach, but we haven't seen them, make big decisions and make winning plays on a clipboard or winning adjustments in a playoff setting yet. I guess Taylor Griffin kind of did last year against the Wolves, but the Wolves was kind of giving them the series right back. So it's like, time will tell. But for me, it would be the
Yeah.
I think the Pelicans and Suns, they could end up seeing each other again. It's a lot of really good. It's a lot of tough matchups in the West because
Yeah,
I
the
just
West is
named
so good. Like
I just named three.
it's always been good since
Without
I can
naming,
remember. The West has always been just stacked.
I just named three teams without naming the Suns, the Warriors, the Clippers, the Kings, the Mavs.
Wait, that are getting to the playoffs?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
I'm
You
not
said
saying. I'm not
Kings.
saying. I'm
Wait,
not.
what you naming the Kings for?
I'm not saying the Kings are competing, but they're going to be in the playoffs, and that's not.
Oh
easy.
yeah, they're
Like,
yeah.
the Kings are not easy out. People can laugh at the Kings all
No,
they want.
yeah.
The Kings can score as well as any team in the league, and their defense is getting better.
Let me look at the standings real quick because I know last time I checked, like 1 through maybe 8, maybe 1 through 10 was all over like a couple of games over 500.
Yeah. Last week when we looked, there was like 11.
So yeah, in the West you got 11 teams at 500, at or over 500 in the West.
Yeah,
11 teams, and then you got Lakers and Thunder. They're a couple of games away from being 500.
and still right there.
Well, I want to say a couple. They're a few games away from being 500.
Yeah, because and the Lakers
and only like 25 games within this season, right, close to 30.
Yeah, and you never know what injuries occur and help or hurt certain teams, but there's a lot of really good teams in the West, and there's going to be first round matchups are not going to be your normal first round matchup. Like it's going to be some Clippers versus Pelicans or something like that, and that's not a normal first round. It's going to be Nuggets versus Mavericks or Mavericks versus Warriors. That's not a first round match. That was the conference finals last year. That could very well be the first round matchup this year. The Suns and the Warriors could be a first round matchup. I don't know completely if that could be a first round matchup, but at this point, it looks damn. The game just started. Kyler Murray's already getting carried out on a cart.
Oh, for real?
I just got a notification. The game I literally just got.
No, man. I got on my fantasy team, man.
You're hell.
I gotta solidify my spot on the playoffs, man. Dang.
First thought, bro. No shot. That's your first thought. That meant not him getting carried out on a cart. Man, that's my fantasy team, bro. Damn.
I'm just like, dang, you're my fantasy team.
That's foul.
But I hope he's all right. No, real talk. Fantasy aside, real talk. I hope Kyler Murray's all right.
I haven't seen it play. Don't have the game on yet. But yeah,
I'm watching basketball because that's what we do around
here. Yeah, the West is stacked. The East is stacked too. Like the Eastern Conference playoffs are not going to be easy for anybody either. Like the first round matchups in the East will be just as tough. The Celtics are not going to have an easy matchup in the 8 seed. The Bucks are not going to have an easy matchup in the 7 seed. The Heat could easily be down there and the Heat are not no easy out. I know we struggling, and I know we don't look like a good team, but you get to the playoffs and things change. Things slow down, and people look around like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? Like, damn,
What type of injury did he have?
it's gotta be lower leg if they carting him off. He's got the towel over his head.
No, this is bad.
Yeah. You know, when all the football players like come up and tap him on the head and shit. Damn. Well, there goes the Cardinals season.
It's like everybody getting hurt nowadays, man.
Yeah. But speaking of injuries, Cade Cunningham, unfortunately, has to get chin surgery.
That sucks, man. Oh my gosh, that sucks.
Yeah. Killian Hayes is playing good basketball, so and this is a chance for Jaden Ivey to really come into his own offensively. He'll get the keys to the car or whatever you want to call it, keys to the house, whatever people call it. He's got the keys for the rest of the season at the very least. They said he should be back ready for the next season. So hopefully we get to see Cade early next season. Time will tell about what their draft spot will look like and who they bring in to play next to Jaden, Cade, players like that. But yeah, prayers up for Cade. Hopefully he comes back even better. He's still really young, so hopefully he's able to shake the injury off pretty easily.
Yeah, facts, man.
Speaking of Cade, people was going crazy when Cade was coming into the league. Luka, I got some words for Luka, bro. I was watching the Bucks game and watched a lot. I was watching the whole game, but I was watching closely in the fourth quarter. The last couple of minutes, he cried and yelled at his teammates, cried and yelled at his coaches, and was crying with the refs and wasn't playing defense. And I know he's a great player, but I've said this about LeBron. I've said this about plenty of players. I can't stand when players are quick to blame. Like, he got mad because they didn't notice that the Bucks knew what the last play was, which is understandable. But if you notice it right away, tell your teammate. Don't look at your coaches and wait for them to see that somebody knows the play. If you saw it, look at Spencer Dinwiddie. Look at the next player next to you and be like, yo, different play. Like, switch it. The next play that we got, do that. If you knew they knew, why would you keep running the same play? And then when you miss, you start yelling and throwing a temper tantrum at your coaches and your team. It just doesn't make sense to me. He turned the ball over, crying. It's somebody else's fault. He went like 4 for 10 from free throw line. And you looking at, and they was like, oh, well, they missed free throws too. Well, if he didn't miss 6 free throws, they wouldn't even be in this position. Like, Luka is a great player, but he shoots a terrible percentage from 3 and a terrible percentage from the free throw line. If he was better from there, he'd be averaging damn near 40. When LeBron struggles from the free throw line, we talk about it. When LeBron couldn't shoot the 3, we talk. Just because Luka makes the step back 3, don't make him some elite 3-point shooter. He's a good 3-point shooter, but he shoots so many volume, tough, contested 3s that it brings down his percentage because those aren't good looks. Like, for him, they're considered good looks, but they aren't actually good looks. Like, Steph's not coming up the court every time and looking to shoot a step back 3, and he's the best shooter of all time. Steph is looking to get good looks every time he shoots the ball. Luka is not. Luka's like, all right, I can get a good shot here. Like, for a good shot for him is a contested 3, step back, fall the way out of bounds. Like, and he can make it. It's gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe he made it, and it's gonna be a highlight on Twitter and highlight everywhere else. But when it comes down to playoffs, who's gonna make the big time shot? Who's gonna get their team over the hump? At this current time, I can't see it. Luka's a great player, but I'm one of those people that does not like when the star player is trying to blame it on everybody else instead of taking accountability. Like, okay, yeah, they messed up here. Yeah, the coaches didn't see this, but I could be better here. I could be better on the defensive end. I can be better with my turnovers. I can be better with my free throws.
Mm-hmm.
I can be better with the shots
Yeah,
I take.
yeah.
Like this is what it is when you're the best player in the NBA or on the team in the NBA. You're the leader. You make the decisions on the offensive end. If you're making the decisions and it don't go the right way, it might be on you. Maybe somebody else needs to take that shot, or maybe you need to take the shot. That's up to you to decide. You can't. Oh my God, I can't believe Spencer Dinwiddie passed it to Tim Hardaway Jr. that time. What? Like,
It's a
I just
team, not
understand.
a player.
I just don't understand.
This ain't the Trace McGrady one's league. This is a team.
Exactly. Like I don't understand it. And then but they
Yeah.
gotta get him another star. I don't think he could play with another star.
That's interesting.
I don't think Luka can play with another star. It's similar to the way like if James Harden had to play with like obviously he was able to play with Chris Paul, but that was after he had already lost a few. If you got Luka like have y'all seen what Kristaps Porzingis is doing in Washington this year?
I'm seeing
Giving
it right
people
now.
damn near 30 every night. He couldn't do that in Dallas. Why? Because there's a player dribbling the air out the ball. Why do you think Jalen Brunson went to New York? And now he hooping. Because there's a player in front of him dribbling the air out the ball. When they went up 2-0 or 2-1 on the Jazz last year, it wasn't because of Luka. Luka wasn't playing. Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie was cooking it out.
Listen, if Luka can change the way he plays and be more team oriented, I mean, Luka can do it. I mean, he already has 20 triple doubles under his belt, so he's been able to, dish the ball around. And oh, that was about to be a body. I'm sorry, I'm watching Grizzlies Hawks at the same time, but whatchamacallit? See, I hate how I get distracted, but I feel like it'll happen with time. I mean, you would think Luka's game would be mature, being that he's been a pro since he's been 15. But I think with the right pieces around him, it can work out. There being like a budding superstar as his number 2 or something. I'm not budding superstar, budding all-star can be his number 2. It could possibly work out, but he's gonna have to sacrifice a little bit. Like,
I don't think he can do that.
how they talked about it in Miami. Miami was like, yo, we all had to sacrifice a little bit to make this work.
But LeBron was already a naturally past first player, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though he held the ball in his hands a lot, like he was still naturally like, I'm getting other players involved. Like,
yeah,
Luka and Harden.
Yeah, I say Miami's different too because D Wade was still like a top 10 player in the league at the time.
To get the other players involved. Like, there's a difference between like Magic and LeBron on a fast break and getting other people involved and running pick and rolls and stuff like that, than spamming pick and rolls and spamming throwing the ball to the 3-point shooter and then hitting it or missing. Because it gets like when Charles Barkley said a couple years ago, you can't win with 3-point shooting. He wasn't saying, like, obviously he said about the Warriors, but their 3-point shooting is different than damn near the rest of the league's 3-point shooting. Because everyone else feels like, oh, I just got to shoot as many as I can. We're going to make them eventually. No, you got to get good fucking looks. Good looks matter more than the quantity of looks. Quality over quantity is always going to work.
Every time.
It's always going to work. The Warriors start shooting threes. They weren't the first team to ever start shooting threes. They were the first team to start shooting only good threes. Not only good threes, but
efficient threes.
Like, to their game, they were shooting good threes. Like, Harrison Barnes was shooting.
And they made a system to where they made a system to where their best 3-point shooters can excel.
Exactly. And I don't see Luka being able to move off the ball.
Yeah.
I don't see him being able to move off the ball or let somebody else cook. And not even let somebody else cook, but let somebody else run the offense. Like, yes, he let Spencer run the offense every now and then. Yes, he let Jalen Brunson last year run the offense every now and then. But it's not consistent. It's not like, oh, let me let somebody else, and then I'm a get my own off. Like, it's easy to get your ball. Like, watching KD with the Warriors is what some of these players, like, it was what James Harden or Luka could do if they play with other players and with their talent. But they would rather have the ball in their hands, and they get to control whatever happens with the basketball, and that doesn't work in the NBA. It's just not going to. Luka's going to put up his numbers. He's going to be in the MVP conversation. He might win the MVP. But until he's able to change his game or he's able to play with another player close to his caliber, he's not going to win a championship. He's not going to be. I'm not going to say he's not going to be a winning player, but he's going to be looked at the same way that James Harden eventually. Because everybody loves Luka right now. But everybody loved James Harden in 2015 and 2016. And then when he kept losing to the Warriors every game, or every series, every playoffs, then people were like, oh, well, that's just not going to work. And right now, Luka's in that 2015, 2016 range. But once he starts to keep losing playoff series, like, okay, oh, he lost to the Clippers both times. Those were really good teams. Oh, he lost to the Suns. That was a good team. Oh, he lost to the Warriors. That was a good team. At some point, it's got to be on him. Like, he's got to either change the way he plays or keep losing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know hope it works out. It'd be cool to see Dallas win every championship or Luka leading them, But as of now, I don't know. You got too many good teams out west, as we mentioned, for it to happen the way that.
And I'm not rooting against him. I'm not rooting against Luka. No. I love Luka as a player.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'm not a fan of star players. Like, you won't see Steph or Giannis look at their team and be like, "Damn, you fucked up." Like, what the fuck are you doing? And wave their hands and all that other shit. Like, you're not gonna see him do that. Like, Kobe would say some fucked up shit, but he said that shit in practice. He didn't say that shit in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. Like some players, they will get on their teammates like in game, or at least not like out on the floor open like that. Like, they'll get on them. I don't know. I feel like a good leader, you gotta hold your players accountable, obviously. But
I'm not saying you can't say shit.
It just different. Yeah, it's just woo.
Even Draymond doesn't yell at other teammates on the court.
Yo, Kennedy Chandler took off just now.
Kennedy Chandler, okay.
He took off. I was like, dang, who John Jr.?
No, he really, like, when I'm watching games, he comes in the game, he really looks like Ja.
I know John not playing tonight. Trey not playing tonight either. I'm like, dang, am I really even going to watch this game?
Hey, there's DeJounte.
I'm watching this game and watching the next game. Yeah, I'm on my Tariq tonight.
Yeah.
Watching 2 games and potting.
Yo.
What's up? Yeah, getting the best of my league pass.
About time.
Anyways, why did I do that in the commercial like Greg just now? I was like, boy, look at Greg. I thought Greg was on TV. Shout out to Greg, man. Shout out to Multiplicity, man.
Right.
What you want? Oh! Results from our builder team.
That's some fucking bullshit, bro. Nah, that shit does not count.
It counts.
Hell no.
It counts.
You literally said during the show that you lost. And these Bamas, yeah, I said it, Bamas, lames, stupid mother lovers, voted for you. It wasn't even close.
You were calling our fans lames?
Yes. I'm pretty sure the final vote count was 62-38.
Yeah, I think so.
My team was better. If your team was better or even close, I could live with it. It wasn't even close. Did they even look at your bench, or did they just look at the first 5? Did they even see my starter, my star player? Man.
I don't know, because Bailey was like, yo, your team watching. I asked my co-host. My co-host was like, I'm not co-host. You're my co-host. I asked my co-worker at work. I was like, yo, which one of the teams you think is better? He said your team. And that's without him knowing what team was whose. Then he was like, no, I knew Team Headband was you because you picked
Duke players?
No.
Oh, when you picked fucking Joe Harris.
You picked, no, not Joe Harris either. He said because you picked Shea.
I guess.
I said his name right?
About time.
I said his name right. It's Shay, not Shy. Shay. Because I already told you I knew a girl who spelled her name the same way, but was pronounced shy.
Anyways,
Anyways,
it was some bull, bro. Like this man picked Joe
he's
Harris.
like, no, he's like, you pick. He's like, no, you pick SGI. I knew that was your team.
He picked Joe Harris, and y'all said his team was better. Like at this point, I feel like any team that I feel like at this point, any team that I pick, it don't matter who I pick, they gonna say the Bryce team is better because I feel like all the people they knew Bryce.
Got the popularity.
I think it was biased. It had to be. There's no way it wasn't biased. You have Duke fans and you have Nets fans.
Okay.
You have Nets fans all over your Twitter. You got Duke fans.
I did send it to my Nets people.
You got Duke fans in the chat in our Rebellion group chat. That's Ben. That's Jamie. That's Lucas. They picking Tatum. Mm-hmm. That's Celtics fans. See, you was on that bullshit. That's what you was doing. You picked the Celtics, the Nets, and Duke because you knew them three people, them three fan groups was gonna come through. Because there's no way a real NBA fan looks at that shit and says, "Yeah, Team Headband." What? There's no way. There's no way.
Oh boy!
My man's spacing, terrible. Like, the spacing, the defense, like what?
Look, I'm gonna have to do the. Listen, I'm gonna have to do the 2K simulator for that one for sure.
2K be lying too. So they probably gonna bullshit me too.
No, I'm gonna be fair with it. I ain't gonna do nothing.
All I know is if I
ain't gonna overpower one team.
All I know is if I
set the teams how they are, and I'm gonna do a 2K simulation, and then I'm gonna post the results.
If somebody, when we do the women's one, if somebody picks yours, that shit is clear bias. That shit is clear fucking bias. Because I can already tell you who your three players are gonna be: Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, and Zaya Cook. And I'm going to pick like 7 players that's going to dog walk them. Stop it.
Do you think I'm a hype beast, bro? I'm mad.
And then this 3-year and under draft, I'm about to cook you.
All right, so yeah, let's introduce that. Let's introduce that. So Thursday, right? Well, Friday, we'll be having our second installment of Build a Team, and that's gonna be get that out of there. That's going to be young players. So players that are in their first 3 years. So rookies, sophomores, and third-year players. And since I won the last draft, I guess I get first pick. Is that cool? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Get first pick.
Bullshit, but yeah.
All right, what you want to do with this one? You want to do like a full team, or you just want to do a 5?
What you want to do? I think we can do a full team.
I'm thinking we could do a full team as well.
It's enough hoopers to get.
I mean, yeah, that's 3 draft classes worth of players we can pick
exactly.
from. So yeah, all right, we could do first 3 years. All right, so first 3 years, doing full team.
Are we building out a roster, or are we just picking the players that we think are the best?
A little bit of both. Like I want to be reasonable here and build an actual team. That way, like. I don't want to pick like the best point guards from the last 3 years. Like have a team full of point guards.
Oh no,
whatever. Like no.
Obviously,
we could pick the best. We could pick the best players. Like best available is cool. It's fine. I mean, I guess that would be kind of stacking the deck. Jaren Jackson Jr. just threw down a nasty alley-oop. Yeah, stacking the deck. Not yeah, we can. Figured it. It's us. Let's have fun. Let's not put too much.
Can't believe
who's the rotational player? Who's this? Who's that?
These niggas don't watch basketball.
All right.
It's no way they do.
Tariq is really bad.
It's no way they watch basketball, bro.
He took him out his shoe. But that don't matter. He got the steal.
No way they watch basketball.
Playing like me for real.
No way they watch basketball. My first player is better. My second player is OG is better than whoever your small forward was. I don't even remember who it was. He's better than him. Bam it.
You said OG better than my small forward?
Who's your small forward?
My small forward is Jason Tatum.
I said your third player. Whoever your third player
was. Oh, you pick OG, same time pick Paolo.
OG's better than him. Fucking Evan Mobley and Bam, are better than your forwards. Like they're clamping that up. Like, and we didn't even get to the bench. Like Tyrese Maxey, that's cool. That's cool. I'll give you that. Drew is kind of crazy. I shouldn't even have given you that. I should have let you keep fucking PJ Washington. But then Kentucky fans would have came out of fucking nowhere and picked you up because you got Tyrese Maxey and Shea and so you got
Oh
Kentucky too.
man, I do got Kentucky too. Yeah,
It's crazy, bro.
I mean, hey, you got Davidson, you got Kentucky,
No
you
fans.
got UCLA on the
Who
bench,
cares?
you got Duke on the bench,
Barely.
you got what school Tyrese Halliburton went to?
Iowa State.
Got Iowa State.
No one wants. Who cares about that?
You got whatever school OG Anunoby went to. You got USC.
Indiana. No. Stop it. I mean,
You got Arkansas with Bobby Portis.
stop. You saying schools that nobody pays attention. The fans do not be out like Duke fans, Kentucky fans, UConn fans, South Carolina fans. Like they don't be out like that. And I know them South Carolina fans gonna be on yours because I know you picking up the South Carolina.
Respect me. Anyways, I saw this and I thought it was interesting. Got Dame Lillard and whatchamacallit. But you know what Anthony Simons look like? You watch Snowfall?
Snowfall? No.
Dang. I was about to say you like Leon from Snowfall a little bit. Anyways, Anthony Simons had so Dame had 36, 8 and 2 steals. And then Anthony Simons had 31, shooting 5 of 10 from the field, 13 and 22 from 5 of 10 from 3, 13, 22 from the field. Hey, they looking nice.
Yeah, Dame just got to stay healthy.
They pretty good.
Dame got to stay healthy. He's been injured all season, and he was injured almost all of last season. So he got to be healthy for them to be. They won't be contenders, but for them to cause somebody problems in the first round, maybe second, like he's got to be healthy. He's got to stay healthy because the team is playing well. The team is pretty well constructed, coming from what we saw last year and what we thought it was going to look like, and how people thought like, yo, this team is done. Like they got a pretty good roster out there. Like Jeremy Grant's playing really good basketball. He's averaging over 20 a game.
Jeremy Grant is playing really good basketball.
Yusuf Nurkic is steady, consistent. Josh Hart does what he does. One of the best rebounding guards / forwards in the league. Shaden Sharp is getting better every game off the bench. Justice Winslow's playing good minutes. Obviously, Anthony Simons is playing really good basketball this year. Dame is Dame if he's healthy. Really, I mean, they're gonna be a tough out in the playoffs because this isn't the normal Blazers that we're used to. They can defend. They have multiple scorers. Like it's not just Dame and CJ, and then after that they can't really get their own bucket. Jeremy Grant can get his own bucket. Shaden Sharp by the time we get to the playoffs, he might be super fucking confident and really be out here like really going to work on players on teams.
Yeah.
So, as we get closer and closer to the playoffs, we'll see how this all really shapes up. But they are looking like a really good duo so far. Dame has been able to play with the second guy in the backcourt for a while, so we'll see how long or how far they're able to go as a duo. What do you think about Zion's MVP chance? Very popular player. Putting up crazy stats.
I mean, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. You just got to see how the season plays out for them, man.
I think he's in the conversation right now. I ain't saying he's like top 3 or nothing like that, but I think he's in the conversation.
Yeah. Hey, but Jason Tatum really leading the conversation though.
Well, he didn't really look too hot against them Warriors.
Nah, facts.
He looked like
Warriors.
They made them look like the
I was
finals.
getting to it. So, yeah, Saturday night, we had a finals, whatchamacallit? Had a finals rematch. Warriors, Celtics, in Golden State, in the West. But, hey, Golden State took care of business at home.
Play.
Long story short, Golden State took care of business.
Play. Put some respect on Clay's name.
Yeah.
Clay came out fire. He wasn't really hitting from 3-point line, but the mid range, he was pass from the mid range. They was running him off the 3-point line, and he was one dribble, two dribble, pull up, catch, everything. Steph didn't really get too deep in his bag, but he hit that turnaround 3-pointer end of the first. I don't know if you saw the picture on Twitter, but that shit was fire. He shot the ball, he turned around. He had the ball where like he first turned around, and then when he had like completely turned around, and the ball went to the net. Wow.
Tough.
But yeah, man, the Warriors. That was a really big win for them. I think that could be a confidence booster going forward. I think they could rattle off like 5, 6, 7 games in a row. Just that confidence would be, and seeing that playing that good of basketball. It was on the street themselves. I think that'll get them the confidence. Shout out Embiid. He's a Conference Player of the Month. Gave Charlotte of the week. Sorry, gave Charlotte 53. Averaged 43.
Crazy.
43 points, 10 rebounds, on 63% shooting for the week. Zion was the Western Conference Player of the week. 33 points, 8 rebounds, 70%. Which is crazy. The Knicks are playing defense again. They're on a 4-game winning streak. People laughing.
4 games.
4 games is a streak.
I know it's a streak, yeah.
They're 14 and 13.
I was just surprised.
I'm not. They've got talent. They just gotta bring it in together. They have games where they just like, oh, defense, what's that? And then they have games where they're really, really elite on the defense. So it's like you decide whether or not you want to play defense, and y'all can be a good team. But yeah, that's all I got for the NBA side.
All right. I just saw a commercial for the Christmas Day slate, and I was like, wait, who's playing on Christmas? But you got
Warriors,
I saw the
Grizzlies.
Knicks in the commercial. I was like, what the Knicks doing on Christmas?
They play
But
every
anyways,
Christmas.
You got it. They do play every
Same
Christmas.
12 o'clock slot every year.
Hey, yes.
In New York. You got to.
Yes.
There's no other way to start. It's not. How can you not start Christmas Day in the Mecca, bro?
No, you're right. Hey, that's a bucket list thing. I got to be in the Mecca for Christmas Day game.
That'd be crazy.
I know that'd be a great Christmas present.
Man, what?
But I know those tickets is expensive.
That'd be crazy. The environment in there is always crazy.
Tickets to nah, bro. Tickets to Nets Knicks in February is ridiculous. I was already looking because I might be up there then, but it's ridiculous. Anyways, all right. So yeah, Christmas schedule is Sixers. Well, we still got a week for Christmas schedule, so I'm not getting to the Christmas schedule yet. No, it's not what we're gonna do. We can do that next week. That's today, the 12th.
Yeah.
Let me get back to my next game. All right, but yeah, that's all I had NBA as well. We got to go to college basketball.
First we got a good high school game tonight at 10:30 Eastern time.
Man, what?
I'm telling you.
Can't wait. I thought it was at 11:30. Is it 10:30?
I thought it was 10:30 Eastern. 11:30 is kind of crazy, but I guess if they play at 8:30 there, it would be
8:30 over there. Yeah.
But I feel like high school varsity games start at 7:30. I could be wrong.
Nah, it starts at 8 because Dre had a game he had to go to record. Shout out to my brother, by the way. My boy doing this thing with the camera. Dropped his first video today covering Cane Bay. It's lit, but proud of that boy. So y'all go check out Dre Visions on YouTube. Dre Visions, y'all go check him out.
Sure.
At Andre.Warner _ on Insta. Go follow my boy. Tap in with him too. But yeah, that's all I got. NBA wise, basketball, not basketball, high school basketball. Let's talk about it. Got Sierra Canyon against Christ the King. Christ the King is a popular New York school. Popular school in
Sue
New York.
Bird?
High school in New
Not
York.
Sue Bird.
Sue Bird.
I mean,
yeah, Sue Bird with the Christ the King. Yeah. Pretty sure Ron Artest with the Christ the King.
Oh shit, that's tough.
I like how you was like so hyped for like Sue Bird.
Yeah,
and then I said Ron Artest, you was like,
oh yeah, that's tough.
Oh, yeah.
That's tough.
Oh, let me see.
Shout out Ron.
King
I'm better.
Basketball.
You know I'm rocking with Tina, Connecticut.
Alumni. Alright, so you got Lamar Odom, Sue Bird, Shamik Holsclaw, Tina Charles, Jason Williams, Speedy Claxton, Jose Alvarado.
Jason Williams? Ain't Jason Williams playing West Virginia?
Huh?
Jason Williams playing West Virginia?
No, I'm thinking the Duke one.
Oh, Jay Williams. I thought you were talking about White Sox. I was going to say, he played at West Virginia, or he played in West Virginia with Randy Moss.
Wait, no, this is alright. No, this is another Jason Williams. So, true story. Let me see. Yup, yeah. So, true story. Yeah, this is another Jason Williams. This one doesn't even have a picture. So yeah, this is another Jason Williams. This isn't White Chocolate, nor is it J Will, but it's another Jason Williams. He was like a power forward. So yeah. J Will goes by J Will because of this guy. Because they were in the league around the same time and they didn't want to get them confused. That's also because Jason Williams had some legal trouble. And J Will just started going by J instead of Jason. At least that's what my pops told me. And then I see that he did get some legal trouble. But yeah, hold on. Let's see. So yeah, Lamar Odom, Shamik Holsclaw, Tina Charles, Speedy Claxton, Alvarado. I thought Ron went here. I don't know why I thought Ron just went to Christ the King.
This year I can. You got Zaire Williams.
Oh, he went to LaSalle. Okay, never mind. He went to LaSalle. I don't know why I thought he
went to
Christ the King, but anyways, point is we got battle of the juniors, not the juniors, but we got Lil Mello, better known as Kyan Anthony. He's playing for Christ the King, and up against the James brothers in Sierra Canyon. You got LeBron and his name is LeBron, but Bronny James and Bryce James, and yeah, it should be a good game. Christ the King's pretty good. I've seen this. They got another kid on their team. I forgot his name. They got another kid on his team that's pretty good. That I was watching highlights of. It was like one game I saw, like there was a highlight of or whatever, but. Yeah, they're not telling how much playing time the juniors are going to get.
From what I've heard, Anthony gets a lot of minutes, but he comes off the bench. And Bronny either I think I saw that Bronny is either the number 1 or number 2 option. But like,
yeah, but
I don't think Bryce
a lot of time yet
to see the soft.
Yeah,
but this is a game where
pay his dues.
This is a game where LeBron can go to the coach and get my son. So tonight, it's Melo's son, my sons. Like, put my boy on the court.
Yeah, no, I've liked what Bron has done with Sierra Canyon and for Sierra Canyon. Yeah, the game is at 11:30, so yeah, I like what Bron has done, giving them boys a platform, and with the show, Top Class, I think it's called.
I think that's
yeah. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see. I mean, of course, we're gonna have our analysis on it Friday, and we come back for our episode on Friday. Yeah, it's just lit to see, man.
Crazy to see. We
Yeah.
grew up
Another
and
thing I want
their
to go ahead.
fathers was young.
Yeah, and they fathers are still in the league. Well, Melo ain't in the league, but their fathers were just teammates last
Somebody
year.
signed Melo. You can't retire like that.
Facts. Melo could still give you 15 any given night.
I thought you were saying per night. So that's a little.
Yeah, but that was one thing I've been wanting to talk about. Is just like you know how it is because we've both been in high school. Obviously, we was in high school at the same time. Anyways, thinking about how like in high school you see like those that went on to play in like Division 1 or those that went on to play in the pros. You look at their high school stuff, bruh, it's too easy to them. Like you can tell who is going to go where watching high school ball. You can tell who's just on the team because they're nice. You can tell who's on the team and they're about to go somewhere next year or after high school. You can tell who got league talent, bro. Like, it's not that hard. Whatchamacallit, bro? It's like, it's really like men amongst boys, bro. Like, I don't know. I remember vividly someone I've seen that, in person. I've seen that with AJ Green when he was playing football at Somerville.
It was a different breed.
And he was nice in basketball too. And we won a state championship.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think of who else was like that. Obviously Zion. Man, Zion was dunking all over them little kids. Trying to think of who else was like a phenom in high school or whatever. Just whoever you can think of that was like great in high school. You hear stories about how certain players done won 4 straight national champion. I mean, not national championships, but 4 straight state titles. Just was unguardable. And just different, bro.
Paige was different. She's different.
They was them.
Paige was different.
They was them. Oh yeah, just like anybody professional, basically. Like, I don't know. I saw Frank Jackson ball his life mixtape on my TL the other day.
And you was like, damn, that's crazy.
Frank Jackson. Cause like, all right, it's this guy I follow, a mutual of mine on TikTok. He does like underrated balls like mixtapes, and he'll go through and like repost some of them, whatever. And so like, I done seen, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Those who know, if you know, you know, bro. One of the OG Balls Life, like who mixtapes or whatever, Akil Carr. Yeah, he like 5'6", but I thought he was gonna be like the next like Muggsy Bogues for real, bro. Like Akil Carr is nice. He had like one of the greatest Balls Life mixtapes ever.
You do see a lot of as much as you see like they was the minimum boys. You do see a lot of dudes like they get to college and it's like.
Yeah, some don't make the drop off, make the transition. Like, it's a lot of guys, like, you go through Balls Life legends, but didn't really do much in college, or they just didn't get the chance in college, or got, like, a bad injury early, or they got to the league and became a decent role player.
And I don't mean they can't hoop, because a lot of these dudes...
No. I mean, like, hey, Austin Rivers...
Trevor Dunbar is still doing...
Austin Rivers is...
He's next.
Man, shift team, stand up. I remember the shift team before Jelly Fan, baby. Shout out to Jelly Fan, too. Jordan Walker is a beast. Alabama beat... who they beat the other day? Didn't they beat number 1 team? Houston, yeah. Alabama beat them. So I'm definitely got to see them when they come to South Carolina next year. Next calendar year.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, it's December.
Season, I was going to say, damn, bro.
No, I got to see my boy JQ, man. I got to see my boy JQ. But yeah, speaking of college, I know you want to get into some UCONN stuff.
Can we just chill with the injuries, please? Damn, bro.
Yeah,
damn, bro. Like, Nika, concussion, Dorka, still out with the thumb, which it's a lot of weird UConn fans out there mad that she's injured.
The other day, I was like,
ooh. Look. All right. Nika's out, Ice Brady is out, AZ's out, Dorka is out, Paige is out. All right? That's 5 players.
That's 5 players? Ain't that your starting 5? Or
No, because
No, not the
Ice
starting
don't
five, but it's
Ice didn't start, but
yeah.
she probably would have played a role. We don't know for sure because we get to see her play in the game. So it's only through speculation. But Ice Brady was fucking a very good player in high school. Was playing very well in the spring and in the summer. Uh, but we lost to Maryland, 85-78. We had 21 turnovers. Maryland had 5. We shot 50%, 53% from the floor. They shot 42. We took 13 less shots than them. We only made 3 threes. They made 12. Now you mean to tell me if we didn't have Nika, we don't win that game? We don't even need the other 4. Just Nika's on the court.
What was the score again?
85-78. It came down to the last 3 minutes of the game. Like,
What Diamond Miller do?
Diamond Miller had 17 points. And we put her really well in the first half. I think she only scored 2 points in the first half, if that. Abby Myers is the player that was really killing. First quarter she wasn't really scoring. I think she was like 1 for 5, 2 for 5, or 2 for 6 or something like that. And then she rattled off 18 in the next 3 quarters. So and Cheyenne Sellers also played well. She had 19 points. Aaliyah Edwards had 25 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Lou Lopez Seneschal had 16 points. She was 5 of 8 from the field. She was in foul trouble. Ended up fouling out. Aubrey Griffin had 12 points, 15 rebounds. Ayanna Patterson had 10 off the bench. Caroline had 13 points, but had 6 turnovers. And Inez Betancourt had 2 points with 3 turnovers. Inez is a player that was going to go junior college. Paige got hurt. Gino saw her out, signed her, or not signed her, but brought her onto the team. And not to say that she's not a good player or that she won't be a good player. I like her feistiness. I like the way that she fights. I think she'll be a good player in the future. She's just not ready quite yet, and that's okay. Not everybody's ready in their freshman season, and especially in a game like that, which she played in the Princeton game because Nika got hurt, and we had 27 turnovers in that one. We needed Aubrey Griffin to go 11 of 11. Lou had 18 points and 6 rebounds to win by 5 over Princeton. So a lot of people were saying like obviously UConn fans were like, yo, if we had our full team, we would have beat them. And then you got the other fans like, y'all should be able to beat them, whether or not like these other players are D1 players too. Like, you mean to tell me that if Aaliyah Boston, Zaya Cook, Letitia Ami here, and Bree Hill don't play, that y'all are expecting to beat Tennessee? And Tennessee is not a better team than Maryland is. But we'll give y'all Tennessee. Like we could have said LSU. Y'all think y'all beat LSU without them 4? It's not happening. You think Stanford beats Arizona without Haley Jones, Cam Brink, Hannah Jump? It's not happening. It's just not. Like, it doesn't matter how good your team is. If you're missing 4 of your best players, you're obviously going to be hurting in terms of experience, in terms of lack of communication. Like, Caroline Ducharme, like, she had the right ideas. She was just not patient enough or forced it to. Like, oh yeah, we wanted to get to Aaliyah Edwards in the post, but you can't, fucking spike it at her because it's gonna go right past her head. But you can't throw a fastball when you need to lob it up so she can catch it and lay it up. You can't, you can't bounce past it when there's somebody in the lane when you need to, chest pass. And those things are gonna come with time. Like, she got a lot of time last year, but then when Paige came back, her time went back down. So it's like she doesn't have like muscle memory of in game making good decisions. Aaliyah Edwards played great yesterday. Ayanna Patterson played really well off the bench. We had to play Amari DeBerry, and I like the way she played. She had a really good block yesterday and stared old girl down, and I loved every second of it. By the way, Cheyenne Sellers is a flopper. I love her game, but boy, she flopped a good 3 times yesterday, and boy, I was heated. Um, I ain't gonna say what I said, but I was a little heated, so I was saying some crazy shit out of my mouth, and I was like, all right, let me relax. But
Mm.
we had 21 turnovers, shot 52% from three, only shot or from the field, only made three threes, shot 13 less shots, and lost by 7 to them at their crib. I really hope we see them in March because we'll smoke.
Mm.
I'm sorry, but we'll smoke. Same with Notre Dame. I love Notre Dame as a team, and everybody that's been listening to the podcast since the Tariq versus WNBA podcast knows I've been talking about Notre Dame. We will
You know
cook
we got
them.
love for Notre Dame
We
over
will
here.
cook
Shout out
them
to
with a
Olivia
full team.
Miles.
With a full team, we will beat them. We will beat them with a full team. This
I mean,
UConn
I
team,
hope so y'all at UConn.
that's not fair. You can't say y'all are UConn because they're Notre Dame. Notre Dame is it's UConn, Tennessee, Notre Dame in women's basketball. South Carolina is now there. They haven't been there
They're
for the last
climbing.
they
They're
haven't been there for the
climbing.
last 25 years like Notre Dame, UConn, and Stanford has been. And Tennessee, my bad.
Yeah.
I forgot Stanford. So
Yeah.
Stanford's in there too.
Tennessee.
Like
Yeah.
Tennessee, UConn, Stanford, Notre Dame has been the top 4 teams. They've been 4 of the best programs in women's basketball for the last 20 to 25 years. South Carolina has for the last 5. There's a difference. But it's not, you can't just say, oh, that's UConn. Oh, that's Kentucky. No, Kentucky's not winning the games they normally win the way that they used to. UConn's not blowing teams out by 50 every game. The talent has caught up. The competition has caught up, which is good. It's good for the league. It's good for women's college basketball. It's good for women's basketball in general. It's a good thing. But if Nika Mule's on the court, if AZ Fudd is on the court, if Dorka Uhas is on the court, we win both of those games. It's just the fact. It is. Like, Nika Mule is a very good defender. Abby Myers is not getting 20 if Nika Mule is on the court. AZ Fudd is giving us at the very least, 15. At the very least, if not 25 plus. Dorka is going to rebound the ball. She's gonna score. I'm just saying, we would have won that game. But I'm very proud, very, very proud of the way that the team fought. I love Betancourt's fire. I loved her energy. I loved her effort. I love Caroline's effort. I love Ayanna Patterson's effort. I love Lou's, even though she fouled out. Aubrey Griffin was all over the rebounds. Aaliyah Edwards was doing everything she could. She had 25, 8, and 7 at the forward spot. Well, the center spot. That's a great game. That should not be forgotten. And Gino lost his mom.
His mom.
The morning of the game, or the night before the game. Either the night before or the morning of the game. I can't remember exactly. But for him to stay and coach that game, I may not like how much he yells during the game because at some point, like, it don't really help. Just yelling. At some point, it's just like, that's not what they need right now. But the fact that he, stayed and coached that game, despite what he was feeling, what he was going through, and then after the game, saying how proud he was of his team, I really was looking forward to seeing what he said about the team after the game. I love that he, spoke up and was like, "Yo, that was a very good, hard fought game by our players on a tough night with 5 of their players, without 4 that are actually playing or 3 that are actually playing this year." I don't know. It was good to watch. Like, we didn't come out. We came out, had a lead, lost it, kept fighting back. Never like, oh, we're gonna lose this game. We're gonna go get the next one. Like, they kept fighting the whole game till the end. And they got all my respect for that. Can't say the same for the fucking Heat. Oh, I know. Fuck. We got 77 points against the Pacers. It's 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got 77.
Wait, who's playing? Who's playing for y'all right now?
Everybody.
Like, y'all got everybody.
Everybody.
And y'all struggling against the Pacers.
Come on, bro. Jimmy
Nets are missing 8 players, and they
just
beat
got
the
a
Pacers.
bucket.
You hear me? Nets beat the Pacers, being down 8 players.
Exactly. Score way more than this. Jimmy just got an M1 now, so we live it.
Anyways, anything else you gotta say, bro?
Hey man, I forgot about a team that I haven't talked about all year. But there's 2 players that I really enjoy watching on this team. And they got similar last names. I don't know if you remember, but I said when she transferred to this team, they got 2 of the coolest / funniest last names in college basketball.
I probably forgot because you were going through a lot of like women's basketball stuff. You had a whole list of things I could not keep up with. So
one of them I covered in the under 19 team. 2 something. Well, I guess 2 something ago. Jersey Wolfenbarger, and then Sailor Poffenbarger. I think those are 2 funny ass names.
Cause see, I remember.
And that's said with all due respect. That's said with all due respect because that's their last names.
That's Wolfenbarger.
Say
the last names again.
Jersey Wolfenbarger and Sailor Poffenbarger.
Sailor Poffenbarger.
Yes.
Poffenbarger.
She was the transfer from UCONN actually. Remember the guard that transferred?
Oh, she transferred to UCONN.
No, she transferred to Arkansas. From UCONN. Yes.
To where?
To Arkansas.
Arkansas, okay.
Yeah, so she's starting guard on the team. But Arkansas is a good women's basketball program. Like they had Chelsea Dungy a couple years ago, Amber Ramirez. Like they had a good team a couple years ago. There's somebody else I'm missing on that team that I think got drafted or was like undrafted free agent. But Mike Neighbors is a good coach at Arkansas. But they are ranked at this current point, and they won their game last night. So they don't know if they moved up. I have to look at the rankings. Speaking of transfers, Peyton Burholz transferred from Louisville to Oklahoma. I was shocked. I saw it, like she posted it on Twitter, and I was like, huh? I was like, damn, during the season? Just like that? Like just
mid-season she transferred?
Like, didn't hear that? Like, pretty sure she played a couple nights ago. She might not have played Sunday day, or I think they played Saturday. No, they played yesterday. I don't think she played. She might not have played yesterday. But she definitely played like Thursday or Friday when they played.
Hey man, semesters are over, bro. So
that's facts. That is fact. But I'm hopeful that that's where she wants. That's the spot she wants to be. She's home. She's an Oklahoma kid, if I'm not mistaken. She's going home. She's going to a place where she feels comfortable, where she feels like she can succeed. Because there's a player like Gabby Gregory who played at Oklahoma last year, didn't get a lot of burn. Now she's playing at Kansas State, and she's leading their team in scoring. She's averaging damn near or over 20 a game. It's crazy. I was like, damn, okay. I said, shit, let me see something then. So all it takes is get into a certain team and it's a certain system, and that could really up your game. Oklahoma has had Taylor Robertson, not Taylor Mike. So she's at Ohio State. But Taylor Robertson, they've got some good scorers out there. Maddie Williams, so they've produced some good players. So that's a spot where she can go, where she'll get time and probably be a starter next year, and could possibly be the best player on the team. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Iowa beat Iowa State on I think it was Wednesday. Could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I
think it was
70-57 at Iowa, it was a good game, and then Iowa went on a 27-8 run in the third, or 27 won the third quarter 27-8. It was pretty much over after that. Caitlin Clark had 19, 8 and 8. Monica Zanano had 18 and 10. Ashley Jones had 15 points on 5 of 13 shooting. She wasn't aggressive enough, I feel like. She could have been more aggressive and kept her team in the games in the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, she tried to make something shake, and it was a little too late.
Yeah.
And then Iowa also blew out Minnesota, 87-64. Caitlin Clark had 32, 10, 4 steals. I was looking forward to this game because I wanted to see her versus Marbron and Amaya Battle. I think both of them played pretty well. Just at a certain point, Iowa's talent was just too much for them, and their experience was too much for them. I feel like when they play again in Minnesota, I think it'll be a really close game, and I think Minnesota could win that game. South Carolina beat who they beat? LIU, I think. Liberty. I think it was Liberty they beat. Yeah, yesterday. South Carolina's doing South Carolina things. Stanford's doing Stanford things. I don't think there was any real upsets. Virginia Tech is playing good basketball. There's another team that I'm missing, but I can touch on it more next week. There's a team that I haven't picked up. I think there was a team that I was like, oh, I should probably mention them, and then they lost. So maybe I would. If somebody was like, oh, y'all better stop sleeping on so and so, I was like, okay, let me see, and then they lost. I was like, oh, maybe I should keep sleeping.
Speaking of sleep, everybody sleep on College Charleston. Let me stop. But College Charleston is right outside the top 25. Only thing that hurts them is their schedule strength. They start to play more mid-major teams, so they're not probably going to get considered for top 25. But from what I've seen, they're like right outside the top 25.
I don't. Well, shout out to Oscar Sheway, because that man is a fucking machine. We were struggling against Yale. It was Yale. Yeah, we were struggling against Yale, and he took over in the second half. Took over every time he touched the ball. He's getting double team. Drops that layup. Drops that dunk. Rebound. Dunk. Hey man, play through to Sheway. Like I know we got players that can hoop, score the ball, but play through him, and they gonna get easier shots. Yeah, you go to Kentucky, so you can get drafted anyway. You can do your thing in the league. Look at Devin Booker. Devin Booker didn't get the most points. Tyler Hero didn't get the most points.
Devin Booker was coming off the bench. Devin Booker was coming off the bench.
Bench, bro. On a team that
ended up being the best player from that team.
Undefeated for an entire season.
It ended up being the best player that came out of that team in the league.
Yeah. I mean, Cat has a discussion.
And has a signature shooting away.
Shout out to D-Book, bro.
Cat is good too. Cat is pretty tough. That guy Karl Anthony Towns is good. But yeah, that's all I got, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap. I didn't even realize that Scott Clark was at Illinois. The other night when we was talking about Illinois, can't remember what we was doing, but we was talking about who was playing on Illinois, and I did not realize how many good players from Illinois team. Like they got Matthew Meyer from Baylor, Scott Clark, and there's I think it was Terrence Shannon too, Texas Tech. And I was like, damn, how did I not notice? Like they, no way, bro. Okay, we
not you doing a DJ Khaled.
Chill. But it was I think they ended up losing that game too. Of course they did, because I was like, oh, let me tune in, let me see who they got on their team. And I was like, oh shit. I said, boy, they got Matthew Meyer. I said, damn, they got Terrence Shannon. And I was like, damn, okay. So I tune in. They end up losing. I think like Penn State or something like that. Which is funny because I started watching, they started to win, so I was like, oh, fuck it. And then they lost. I was like, damn, I should have watched the rest of the game. But I do need to tap more in with the men's college basketball side. But it's a lot to keep up with. So.
Yeah. But all right, you guys. We'll be back with another episode Friday. Never build a team. Doing young players this time around. Years 1 through 3, rookie to third year players. However you want to label it, call it whatever. I am down to come out on top again.
That's cap.
Shout out to everybody that voted.
If you voted for Bryce, I need to know who you are. If you voted for Bryce, I need to know who you are.
You're trying to say y'all know ball.
Your credentials need to be
whatever.
Your credentials need to be checked. That's all. I just need to check your
credentials. Whatever. Anyways, you know where to find us, man. At the H&H Show on all social media platforms. At B1 on Instagram. At Bryce1 on Twitter and TikTok. Tariq is at. You know where to find him because he'll never like share that anymore. But no, you got at the Tariq Sears on Instagram at underscore swish 2 H's underscore 3 on Twitter. Tariq's not really on TikTok. Yeah. Shout out to most places in media. BG is free. What else I need to say or do? I don't know. But shout out to everybody who's listened, is going to listen. Y'all share this with your peoples. All that stuff. Give us 5-star rating. Yeah, shout us out, share us, all that good stuff. Yeah, we'll be back Friday with another episode. So, till then, peace, love, positivity. We out.
Appreciate y'all.